Hello everyone, welcome to All Four Queens. So today's one, I've just done another one which is the messenger, and I think it relates to this because when I kept hearing the messenger, before that I kept hearing the devil is calling. And I tried to obviously go within as you do and reflect a little bit, and what came up was Matthew 4:6, which relates to Jesus, obviously, the temptation of Jesus. So I think the two messages are related, but what I'm going to do, as always, and I'm going to hope everyone's well. Sorry, I always do that, don't I? And I don't, you know I mean well. I just get into it because I'm flowing. I hope everyone's doing well and you having a good day, and you'll enjoy this session today. And thank you for watching me. But right, so the Bible, the Holy Bible, Matthew's 4:6, and it's the temptation of Jesus. So if you watch this one, you'll probably understand the messenger as well. So obviously, let's get into it and let me read what it says, and then we can dissect it a little bit. The temptation of Jesus. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." Jesus answered, "It is written, man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. "If you are the Son of God," he said, "throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone." Jesus answered him, "It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendour. "All this I will give you," he said, "if you will bow down and worship me." Jesus said to him, "Away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Then the devil left and the angels came and attended him. So, if you look at the one that I've just done, the messenger, and I think there was a message in that in relation to people going beyond with divination, and obviously with dabbling in the dark arts and things like that, and things that they've done to me, but also to the collective as well. And obviously, you'll see in that one that people have written a death message, but they've also done black magic as well as messing with divination. Now, I think, I'm very clear in that message that divination is for healing and for clarity from my perspective. I don't use it to harm people. I only use it as part of the healing process to give them clarity and some comfort. When you go down the other bit, you're starting to get into the realms of spiritual warfare, as I see it, because obviously it's energetic then, isn't it? And what that is telling me, how I'm interpreting it, and the reason why I think it was the devil is calling, and then to read Matthew is, and I'm going to read it again. Jesus answered him, "It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." And I think that's the biggest key, isn't it? When people start going out and doing stuff on the back, and I think in a very, very early one I said, even the devil has to answer to God. So what I think the message there is, you've put God to the test. And obviously, like I said to you before, I'm a conduit. The battle's not with me. The battle is light and dark, and it's between the spiritual realm, between the energies of the devil and God, light and dark, principalities, you know what I'm talking about if you understand spirituality and religion. So I think that's the message, is that, someone's gone, or collectively people have gone too far and they've put God to the test. And in the previous one I said that your energy is what you put out. What you put out is what is going to come back. So mindfulness is so important. And when you take the devil's cup and you go into the dark side of spirituality, just be mindful of the intention, because whatever you put out is going to come back. And I think if you look on one of my very, very early ones, I give an example of how karma works and how it worked to me in a restaurant. You know, it's not, you're not going to sit, because we've gone from Piscean into Aquarian, so everything's faster, and you don't wait 20 years for your karma to hit you. It will be instant. And I said in that previous one that I was in a restaurant, the woman asked me, I was talking to a wizard, and the woman asked me if I'd got 2 dinners, and I said yes. Don't ask me why I said yes. I'm not saying that thing. I'm sure he put a spell on me. But I said yes, and I hadn't. I'd ordered a side and I'd ordered the dinner. And when I walked away with the 2 dinners, being gluttony, you know, I'll admit it. I don't even know why I said it. I went flying in the whole of the establishment, and the dinners were all over me. And obviously it was packed, so I had to take that on the chin and accept that, you know, I'd done wrong, and I shouldn't have said yes, and that was my instant karma. So, you know, that was the example I gave, because I want people to understand what you're doing and being mindful in what you're doing and why you're doing it, because intention, as I've said in the early one, is everything: thoughts, words and actions. So the message I believe from the ancestors and from God and from the Archangels is, don't test God, because it's not going to end up very well. You know, it's just not, is it? So from that, I also put some notes down in relation to the victories. And in Proverbs 21:31, the horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. And I think that's the key, isn't it? You know, everyone's attacking the collective and coming for us. But actually, the battle isn't with us. The battle's with God. You know, the battle is with God. And I've said this before, you know, take it up with him. But when you start coming into the physical, you've made more problems for yourself. That's all I'm saying, because it says in Matthew, don't test God. So, right, 1 Thessalonians 2:12, that ye would walk worthy of God, who hath called you unto his kingdom and glory. So, as I said before, Psalms 91, I think I read Psalms 91 in a previous one, you know, we're covered by God's cloak. So, as much as you want to come for me or for the collective, because I talk for the collective as well, because it's not just me, you're testing God, and you're testing your angels, and you're testing your archangels, and you're testing your own ancestors. And remember what I said in the previous one, it's your ancestors that are chasing you in your dream state. It's your ancestors that will administer your karma, because they're not happy with the way that this has gone, and it's gone beyond just a battle. You've basically created spiritual warfare by bringing it into the 3D, and by being, you know, a bit self-serving, I would say, because I do believe that this is very egotistically driven, but not for the right reasons. Because if you've got an issue, the most mature thing is to come and have a conversation, not to be doing things in secret that isn't secret, because, you know, the cards will tell you everything, and also I see you as well. And I've said before, I know who it is, but obviously from a 5D perspective, it is difficult, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just a messenger, and I'm just saying be mindful, because the wrath isn't mine. The wrath of God is far greater than mine, and I think if you read Romans, you'll see that his wrath is quite strong. But also, when you start putting out negative energy like that, and when it comes back as a boomerang, it will come back, and it won't be 20 years. It will come back instantly, especially if you've upset your ancestors. And as I said to you before, they want to go to the light, But the more dark you keep throwing out, the further and further away they go from the light. So obviously they administer your karma, as well as the archangels. Now, I don't know if anyone's aware of angels. Angels are lovely and they're very, healing. But you don't get on the wrong side of an angel. As in a spiritual angel. Because they're not ones to mess with. They're very fierce, and they don't take kindly to people doing things that are against universal law, spiritual law, and harming people with ill intent, because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to do that. And I know there's a collective that want to do that, but you're not doing it for the right reasons. So I'm just saying, be really mindful and heed God's warning, your angels' warning, and your ancestors' warning, because that's the reason why I've read it. So I'm going to love yous and leave yous, and have a great day, and I'll see you soon. See you later. Bye. And keep up with your spiritual practices as well. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.